Hello, beautiful ones. How are things going? Is it still going? Well, we are discussing today about the big bad wolf, the so-called ego. They say this is the root of suffering and that you must get rid of or to transcend it. We'll talk about today how is that possible, if it is possible, and I will point to that which can be denied. The direct seeing of what really is, let's say real, pointing to that ungraspable aliveness that everybody is longing for. So, everywhere you look, in the spiritual game, let's say, they talk about ego, about the self, about consciousness, awareness. Ego being something that must be get rid of, being bad, as the self is something good and it must be realized. Even in the religious dogmas, they are talking about this ego. What is this ego? Where is this ego? Seems like no one and nobody wants to know that for real. Nobody is really questioning this ego. Even though in the religion it is said, me and the Father are one. Something like there is no me, there is no Father, there is just one. This energy, this aliveness, this seeing, this hearing, this talking, this speaking, that listening, this feeling, the heartbeats, breathing, this is all there is. Like pure aliveness. You cannot talk about aliveness and point to something that's only in the realm of thoughts, that's only in the imagination. That's stupidity. You have to admit that. So they talk about the ego as being something, an entity, a separate entity in the body, which is different from you. They say you have an ego, which means that in that body are two entities. And most of them believe that there are more entities in that body, which is more stupid, if you ask me. So, they say there is a self, there is a me, and there is an ego. And the body has all these nonsense entities within itself. What a fucking joke, right? But the main question is, has anybody seen an ego or something that can be called ego, like an energy, entity, I don't know, whatever. Has anybody saw an ego, a me? Has anybody saw a self? Okay, maybe it can't be seen, but at least can be felt. Why don't you go seek it right now? Where in that body is the ego? Where is the self? Where are these entities placed? Where is the ego? Where is the me? Where is the self? They say there are something different. Go see for yourself. Come on, it's not that hard. Can you find any of them right now by your own direct experience? I bet you can't. Because there aren't such things. Ego as the me, as the self, as consciousness, as awareness are the one and the same thing, nothing more than concepts. A very discussed concepts in spiritual and psychological contexts, yes, but there are only thoughts. They are only thoughts, and thoughts will never be reality. The thought water is not the water. You cannot drown yourself in the word water or the thought water. You cannot burn yourself with the word fire or thinking at fire. There are just thoughts. There is nothing to transcend. Apparently, you are wasting your vital energy, and that's not you. Apparently, that seems to be happening. That separate energy fuels itself, feeds itself with this process of transcending something that's not really real. And this is a vicious cycle that never ends. And the body, obviously, as many of you can see, will feel worst and worst and worst. So, where is the me? Where is the ego? If words are not reality, as you can clearly see right now, if thoughts are not reality, where is the me? Where is the ego? And looking for it, you will never find it because there is none. So the ego is not an independent identity, but a construct based on thoughts. And the ego is the same thing as the me, as the self, as the consciousness, is the same separate sense of I that individuals identify with, but in reality is an illusion. It's a paradox. This I, this me, this ego, this self is a product of thoughts, beliefs, and conditionings. And it creates a false sense of separation, generating another belief. The belief, I am. This so-called apparent entity or entities like ego, self, consciousness, awareness, energy, spirit, soul are nothing but a product of imagination and memories, accumulated memories, experience, and social conditioning. Apparently, so nothing but a story. I was born at the date. I have parents. I went to school. I have a family right now, a kid, a son, a daughter. This is not real. This is a story. I know if you've heard these stories before. Many of you know there is no me, there is no self, but it cannot be felt there. Well, I made a video in members only sections of this channel which points to this direct seeing that there is no me in that body, that there is no separation, no separate entity in that body. And that video is about direct experience. So please join, or feel free to join this channel's members section, and you'll be amazed by following what is said in that video about the experience that arises in that moment. It will be felt. It will be directly experienced, but by no one, by nobody. But please understand that trying to transcend something that is not already real, the me or the ego, believing that you are the self or the consciousness or the complete awareness, it's completely futile. And apparently, it generates more tension, more of that I am experience. Trying to transcend the ego. That sense of lack will be more and more powerful. And the body will experience anxiety, depression, and panic attacks. Everything apparently because it's believed what others said in terms of ego, self, me, consciousness, awareness, thoughts over thoughts over thoughts. Nothing alive, nothing real, just dead concepts. Spiritual bullshit. Try that video I've talked about. I will upload another video tomorrow. We make a little series on members only section on how it can be seen, how suffering can end, how seeking can end in an instant, revealing that this is already God, already peace, already what you've been looking for entire life. That's it, and that's all. Have a good one.